I suppose the place to start is club finances, because we're effectively, with the update on Monday, we're going to have 18 months without fans. I know we've had a few games where we have. Where does that leave us as Carlisle United in terms of finance?
Well, if we look back, who would have thought 18 months without fans? I mean, it's quite remarkable how things have panned out. I said going back right to, I think, June of last year, that each month that we lost fans was equivalent of about £150,000 of income at risk. That's if it all disappeared, so that's commercial, retail and ticket income. So that's where we thought we would be from June. As we've gone through the last 3 months of the year last year, and then the first 6 months to the end of December, that's proved to be very, very accurate. So you can work out the maths on that. So we've lost a lot of income. Just in terms of some headlines, our season ticket income's down by about 125,000. Our walk-up income's down by about 250,000. And our other commercial income's down by about 150,000. So give or take, that's over £500,000 in the first 6 months of the year that has actually gone, on top of the 3 months from the end of last season. So that's where we kind of are as we sit here now. We're now faced with another 3 months to 4 months of trading season, because obviously once we get to May we don't have much income anyway. So there's another 4 months or so of that rate to go at. So I mean, we're kind of looking at over the 18 months period, we'll probably be around £1.5 million down in terms of our income. Now, going right back to June, and even before that, we've been looking at ways to mitigate that 150,000 each month. So we've had the benefit of furlough grants, going right back to March when it came on, and we're still claiming furlough for some people now. We've had the benefit of the EFL bailout from the Premier League, which we received £360,000. We've saved a significant amount of costs by not having fans here, so that's helped. And then we've had income from player sales as well. So all of those go into the pot to balance out the big loss of income. So as we stand here now, we're looking okay to deal with that over the 18-month period, which is really good and really comforting. So we've got no concerns on that level. We've done all that without the need to take support from anybody externally, whether that's shareholders or EWM. And indeed, I think I've been on record as saying the last time we had any money from EWM was going back to, I think, about May 19. So that's continuing, and obviously with the position, with that business going into administration, that kind of source of support has gone away. So we're very much self-sufficient, which we have been since, as I say, May 19. So that's not a shock. It's something we've planned for, but we've had to deal with, overlaid with coronavirus. So you put all that together, and we're reasonably well placed. But it is difficult. Every single week is difficult, and with the extension and essentially fans being ruled out for the entire season now, we're looking at that continuing week by week that we have to make up.
It sounds like you've planned for that. It sounds like financially we're okay, but when we say we're okay, what does that actually mean? Are we going to be able to trade as normal in the summer for player acquisition, for example? Are we going to be able to maintain staff at the levels that they're at? Things like that.
Right. Going back to March, we in the first period, going right up till about November time, we paid everybody in full on time. Nobody's left the club for cost reasons. We're a very lean ship, as you know, so that kind of option's just not there. We're right down to the bone as it is. So that's continued. When we got to November and it looked like we had to rethink for the rest of the year, it looked like March and January we got locked down again, if you remember, after Bolton, about that time. We were looking at all that, and we decided that we had to make the change, and we could no longer give everybody 100% of the amount of their wage, so we'd have to reduce that to 80%. So some people have been getting 80% during the furlough period, and that's continuing. That was really tough, really difficult, but we had to make that decision. But as we sit here now, we think we can get through this. We're reasonably comfortable, and we're just going to keep going. In terms of the football, what we decided right from the start was that we had to ensure that to be competitive on the field, and we are a football club and we're trying to progress, we needed to absorb as much pain as we could away from the football. And that's just the reality of running a football club. And we did that. So in terms of our spending, there's been no coronavirus impact on our normal spending plans. It's been known for a long time that we've had to cut back and be cautious, which has stood us in good stead. But we've been able to carry on that, and we don't envisage that changing in the short term, even where we are now. So we've managed to keep that pain, as much of it, away from the football as possible. And we've been even able to do new deals for players. We've done extensions for staff and for Chris, etc. So that kind of spending is not going down.
That 360k bailout, the 31p in the pound, very, very welcome. What happens next? Because we've had, I believe, the advance payments from the Premier League, which would have come at stages going forward in the very near future. When do we get help next, and how will we get into that and get it into the club?
Well, the Premier League support package of 50 million for League 1 and 2, which was absolutely fantastic in the end. It took a long time to come, but it's been a real lifesaver for clubs. 30 million of that was originally allocated out in direct payments, which all the clubs have had, and that left 20 million then to be available as loans in really distressed situations. So that's for clubs who literally are struggling and facing ruin. We're not in that position, so I don't see that as we sit here as a route for us to access any of that money. If it came to that, we'd hope that there's something left if it came to it. And there's discussions still going on about how to allocate that money, but at this stage have not drawn on it, and I've got no plans to.
So the payments that we would expect to get from the Premier League going forward, I think, have we had those?
Yeah,
when do they restart?
We've had those as normal, so the next one we'd get from that would be August, September time. So that the last payment would normally come in January, but that came a couple of months early, about October time. So that we've kind of caught up with that again now. So that's all back to normal.